Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge and welcome to my July TBR. Yes, I always put these out really early, but that's because I'm in some book clubs and some people like to read their books with me. I don't know why. So I like to announce that I'm going to be reading as early as I can. And again, I am still a mood reader. I have been better at following what my TBRs are, but at the end of the day, the books that aren't buddy reads, everything is up for grabs. Like, my brain will go where it wants to go. We also will have the historical romance readathon books in here, but I did make a separate video of that, which is already up. I'll take it up there. So I'm just going to like show the books in case you're not going to be doing the historical romance readathon or you haven't watched that video where I talk in depth about those ones. You can check that out there. But otherwise, let's get started, and we're going to start alphabetically, which is starting with the arcs that I plan to read for July. So in June, I had a lot of books that I had to read. There was some that I couldn't even predict when they'd be coming out that I read arcs for. But I only have 3 that are due in July and September. So those are Say Goodbye by Karen Rose. This is the 3rd book in, I even have it down here, in the Say No More trilogy by her. This was given to me as a gift by one of you when I said I wanted to try to read more romantic suspense. And so I read this one, and then I read, actually I think I did it wrong. Say You're Sorry is the first one. Say No More is the next one. And then Say Goodbye will be coming out in August, I think, or the end of July. I can't remember. But I actually ended up getting an arc of that one. The story, man, this is a heavy story, right? It's not normally my jam, and I was able to listen to the first 2, so I don't know how this will go reading an arc for this one, but I'm very invested in the story that's being told and this group of people being able to take down Eden, which is this cult that has touched the lives of kind of everyone in this series so far. And in this 3rd one, we're going to have some of our characters going undercover to once and for all take Eden down. And I'm very excited to see that happen. So, the next one is To Catch a Thief by Sloane Steele. This one I know nothing about. It's a complete cover grab, but I know that it's a contemporary and that there's a thief in there somewhere. So there we go. We're going to try to read this one. And then The Duke Goes Down by Sophie Jordan. I believe this is the first in a new series. I ended up getting this one actually from Edelweiss because Edelweiss has been sometimes nice to me. I don't know. It's the only place I've been able to get an Avon book. Avon hates me. I'm putting that out there. I have never been able to get an arc from Avon from NetGalley, and I don't know what I did. I don't know how I got on a blacklist for that, but I pretty much get rejected immediately. I have since tried to get on their influencer team, and I don't think that's been announced yet who made it on. So hopefully I do for that, because Avon, I read so many of your books. If you're a representative of Avon, what did I do to get on your bad list? Please let me in. I read so many books. Let me be there. But anyway, Edelweiss took pity on me somehow, and I got The Duke Goes Down, which is coming out the end of July. So I'm going to try to read that. Some spit got stuck there. Sorry. So then we have the buddy reads that are happening. The first one is for my book club that I do with my sweet friend Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life. We have a book club called the Rake Appreciation Society where we read a historical romance. For this month of July, we're going to be reading The Earl I Ruined by Scarlett Peckham. This is the 2nd book in the Charlotte Street series. The first one is called The Duke I Tempted, so if you want to read that one first, you can. They're not super long. They all have a little bit of a kink going on in them. This one is she ruined the reputation of this Earl, and so now they're doing a fake engagement to help boost his reputation. But the thing is he's in love with her, and he's pretty pissed about what she did, and things are going to get a little bit kinky between them, from what I understand. I'm very excited to give this a go. This is about the sister of the Duke from The Duke I Tempted, so I'm very excited for us to read this one. Then the book that won the spinner wheel. So if you don't know, usually the 2nd or 3rd week of the month, I put a question up on my community page asking people to recommend a romance that I haven't read, one that we know is a romance, and then people can put them in. And so I take all of them and I put it on a spinner wheel, and then I let the spinner wheel decide. The month of June, it was Unveiled by Courtney Milan, and this month it was, I forgot to record while it was spinning, but this is the book that won. Never Seduce a Scot by Maya Banks, which is perfect because I've been wanting to read this book for a long time. The book is on Anyplay. I've heard wonderful things about this book. I know that it has a deaf heroine who is able to hear the hero's voice because it's so deep that it's on a lower register than what you can hear. And this is an arranged marriage, and I know he doesn't want to marry her because it's been told that she is touched in the head because she can't hear, so they think that she has a diminished intelligence, but really it's just she can't hear. I'm very excited to read this. I've heard wonderful things about it. Then, as I said, we're going to quickly go over the books I'm reading for the Historical Romance Readathon. If you want more details, check out that video that I linked up above. I'm planning to read Captured by Beverly Jenkins, Never Kiss a Duke by Megan Frampton, Unraveled by Courtney Milan, The Ruin of Evangeline Jones by Julia Bennett, The Lady Who Came In From the Cold by Grace Calloway, Marked by the Marquis by Allison Chase, and Love Me If You Dare by Alyssa Clark. I also forgot, as well as Infamous by Minerva Spencer, which is also an ARC, but I'm going to be reading it for the Historical Romance Readathon. This readathon starts June 28th and goes through July 4th. So technically some of these might even be on my June wrap-up, but we'll see. Okay, then we have the new releases that will be coming out that I plan to read in this month. So there is Kingly Bitten by Lexi C. Foss. This comes out actually at the very end of June, so it'll be in my July wrap-up. The Spy by Sophie Lark. This comes out like late July, but I'm sure that I will read it the day that it comes out. I'm so excited. The Blood is Love by Karina Halley comes out July 1st, I think. This is the sequel to the, what's it called? Black Sunshine. So it's her vampire duology. And The Temptation by Nikki Cole is set to come out near the end of July as well. This is going to be the 5th book in the Filthy Rich Americans. So those are the new releases that I plan to read the day that they come out. And then books I own on my Kindle that I want to read. I have this huge master list that I made of all the owned Kindle books that I have. And I try to pick 5 of them each month to either read them or dump them. This last month, I'm still not done with a lot of them, but it's just to kind of help me prioritize as best I can because I buy a lot of them for free and then promptly forget about them. So I'm planning to read Heart of Darkness by Catherine Witcher. I've heard a lot about this one. Bombshells by Serena Bowen. Flames of Chaos by Amelia Hutchins. I have the audio for this one, and my friend Joe is greatly encouraging me to read Flames of Chaos, so I want to get to it. Straight On Till Morning by KJ Sutton. This was a recent surprise release. That's a Peter Pan retelling, but spicy, so I'm excited. And then Rough by Renee Rose, which I don't know anything about, but I like the cover. And then I did my TBR tin. I picked 5 from this. They're prompts to help me read books that I already own. This time I tried not to pick too many historical romances because I'm already reading a butt ton of those, but I did have a couple. So let's go through the prompts. I used to pick these on camera, but it was kind of exhausting to like find the books, and I like to think about it a bit more. So I picked them last night, and now we're ready to go. So one I picked was Read About an Earl. And so I picked Passions of a Wicked Earl by Lorraine Heath. This one says, known throughout for his prowess in the bedroom, Morgan Lyons, the 8th Earl of Westcliff, cannot forgive an unpardonable affront to his honor. Discovering his young bride in the arms of his brother was a staggering blow. So he banished the beautiful deceiver to the country and devoted himself to the pursuit of carnal pleasure. Claire Lyons was an innocent, frightened girl on her wedding day, seeking chaste comfort from a childhood friend. Now, years later, she has blossomed magnificently and has returned to London with one goal in mind, the seduction of her notorious husband. Unskilled in the sensual arts, she burns nonetheless for his kisses, for too long denied her, and she has one season to win back the heart of a rogue she betrayed. They are masters of seduction, London's greatest lovers, living for pleasure. They will give their hearts to no one until love takes them by surprise. This was perfect because this is the first in this series. And it's also, I love Lorraine Heath, and I own so many of her books I haven't read. And this one is on AnyPlay, so I'll be able to listen to it. Then I picked an HR set before the Regency period, and Shan Reeds actually gave me this prompt. And so it's time to finish up the True King series. I forgot what this series is called. The Warrior King series. So this is book 4, To Wed a Highland Warrior. This is also on AnyPlay. And this one is Trey Alpine and Bliss, which I'm very excited because Bliss is a healer that we've been seeing throughout the series. Oh, just look at the reds and the snow, and it's so beautiful. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. Let's read the back of this. Trey Alpine is my husband. When Bliss first speaks these words, they are not yet true, but desperate for protection from the false king's soldiers, she claims the Highlander as her mate. Her powers foretold that her life would intertwine with the 4 men who protect the identity of the true king. But she never thought it would be like this. Troy Alpine can scarcely believe he has agreed to wed a stranger, but this beautiful lass knows the secret he and his brothers are sworn to keep, making her both valuable and vulnerable. Yet more than necessity binds Trey and Bliss in these dangerous times, for the passionate fire raging in Trey's heart insists that Bliss is not merely his bride, but his destiny. I love Donna Fletcher's books. They are very comforting to me, and even though there's beats that I consistently see in them from her, they always make me feel good, so I don't even care. Then I got Try a New to You romance author, and Shay Geeks Out gave me this. And this was perfect because this book was gifted to me, and I also recently found out how it was connected with some of my favorite authors, so I'm very excited to read it. So this is Wicked Idol by Becker Gray. I've never read a Becker Gray. This one is about Iris and, what's his name? Keaton Constantine. So this is connected with Kay Webster's series and with an Amelia Wilde series and with just a bunch more that's called the Midnight Dynasty. And so this one I think is a high school bully romance. So the new girl doesn't belong here, so why can't I stop thinking about her? Iris Briggs is a goody two-shoes with a headmaster father who aims to ruin my school year before it's even begun. She gets under my skin with her demure skirts and braided hair. Iris flits around the periphery until she runs right into me, hot coffee soaking me as she looks up at me with wide, innocent eyes. We start off scalding. In the library, we reach lava levels. And then in the city, we go nuclear. She's a good girl, but I'm a Constantine. My duty is to my family. At least it was until I started unbraiding the good girl and realizing there's more to life than duty. So I think this is a bully romance, but it's the first in the Hellfire Club, and I know that it relates to all the Constantines, so I'm excited. Then I pulled Read a Book That Is Blue. And this is great because this is 2 times the blue, and it's Misadventures in Blue by Sierra Simone. So it literally says blue, and it's blue. I've read a few of these misadventure books, but the last time I was at Barnes & Noble, I was like, I want to buy the one by Sierra Simone, and I want to read the other ones by her as well because I really like Sierra Simone. So this one is Senior Detective Kat Day has one hard and fast rule about dating: no cops. They live hard and die young. A truth she's faced every day since her fiancé's tragic death several years ago. But when rookie Jace Sutton shows up to work the same burglary investigation, she feels desire she hasn't felt in years. Jace knows what he wants the minute Detective Day strolls into his crime scene in heels and a pencil skirt tailored by God himself. He wants to thaw the legendary Ice Queen, and it only takes one hot, dirty night for Jace to realize he wants more. Much, much more. But more is the last thing Kat wants from any cop, especially in a Playboy rookie like Jace. As the burglary investigation heats up and he repeatedly puts himself in danger, Kat must ask herself if Jace will be as reckless with her heart as he is with his life. So I wonder if this is an older woman. I feel like it might be. But I'm going to read that. And then the last one was an author you've never read before. And that was by Shan Reads as well. So this is the perfect opportunity to read No Time for Caution by K.T. Samois, whatever. This was gifted to me by the authors. It recently just came out. And this is the perfect opportunity to read this one. It's really cool looking on the front. So it says this: sensible, pragmatic, they'll engrave that on her tombstone someday. Riona Araby is an actuary with a well-connected family, an active imagination, a dirty book tucked under her pillow, and a secret desire to meet Master Right. Captain Hardin, one of U.S. Naval Special Warfare Development Group, and now of no fixed address, has blood on his hands and a price on his head. On the run from one of the world's most dangerous oligarchs, the captain has few allies, many enemies, and no options. To make matters worse, his flight's been delayed. When a chance meeting with a handsome stranger in the airport sparks the affair of a lifetime, Riona soon realizes her attraction to this dangerous man could cost everything she's willing to give, and more. So I'm going to try to read this one. So yeah, those are all the books that are on my July TBR. Of course, I'll probably read more or less than them. Who knows? But yeah, if you're interested in being a part of my book club, make sure you join the Discords down below for any of those. And yeah, if you want to see more videos, you can do that right now. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.